Yeah, good evening. Yes, in the last session, we covered what is Java, how to download and install Java, and features of the Java, right? Now, in this session, we are going to cover more important points like what is variable, what are the different phases we have to develop a Java code. After that, we discuss what is class and object and example programs, data types with example programs, and we start operators also. Now listen carefully. Now, first, try to understand what is variable is. Let me know am I audible. Can anyone respond? Okay, right. So variable is a concept that is used to store the values, the data. If you want to store any data, you must create a variable first. In any programming language, this is the common rule. So in the Java also, we need to create variables if you want to store the data. Then the syntax to create the variable is data type space variable name. Then what is data type is what type of the data you want to store in the variable. You must specify here. That is a data type. Then I will cover data type concept separately after this variable concept. See, if I write the code like this, for example, int x assignment 20. In this, int is a data type that is used to store numerical values, whole numbers. If you want to maintain whole numbers in your project or application, you must declare a variable of int type. So this is the syntax to declare a variable of int type, and I want to store the value 20 in that. So for that, we need to code like this int x assignment 20. Int is the data type, x is the variable name. This operator is called assignment operator, and 20 is the value I want to store in that. If we write the code like this internally within the RAM, within the primary memory, that is RAM, in the RAM, the value 20 is stored in a cell. So this box is a cell. We know that na RAM is a collection of the cells. So in one cell, the value 20 is stored. And for that cell, we are giving a name X. Okay. So a memory is allocated. In that memory cell, 20 is stored. And for that memory cell, we are giving a name X. So that is the meaning of this statement. This is how to create and store data into the variable. Now, next important topic is data types. Now, what is the purpose of the data type? Why we need to use data type? Very simple. When you are working with the data types concept in any programming language, that is used to tells to the that particular language two things mainly. What kind of the value you want to store in the variable? We can specify what type of the value, what kind of the value do you want to store in that variable. For that, we need to use data types concept. Second feature of the data type is how much memory it needs. If you want to store any data, how much memory the data needs. That is also depends on data type. And how to create a variable regarding a particular data type, already we have seen in the previous slide. The syntax is data type, space, variable name, assignment operator, and value you want to store. So this is how to declare and assign the value to a variable. Let me give an example. For example, I want to maintain a employee management system software. In that, I want to store age of every employee, for example. Then age is a number, numerical value. And that is a whole number that doesn't have any decimal numbers, right? Decimal values. So for that, we need to declare the data type as int type, int, integer data type. But you should not write the word integer complete word. You must write int only, integer data type. And I want to store that value, the age of that particular employee in a name, in a variable. That variable name is age. You can take any name, but that should be meaningful. Now my requirement is I want to store age. That's why I'm taking the name age. Age assignment 20. Now the 20, the value 20 will be stored in the variable age. So that is the meaning of this statement. Now we have two categories in the data types. Those are primitive data types and non-primitive data types. So what is the major difference between these two is primitive data types are used to store single value in general, only single values, those are simple values. And the second point is directly those values will be stored in the memory. Just now I have shown to you now, when you declare any value that will be stored in the memory directly. So this is the case of integer. Integer is also a primitive data type. So while you are working with the integer value also, directly the values will be stored in the memory. Okay. Then coming to the non-primitive data types, these values will not be stored directly in the memory. Rather, the variable, the name what we are using for this particular data type that points to the particular location, that points to the address in the memory location. In that location, the value will be available. Okay, that will not store the value directly in the cell. Rather, that points to the other location. In that location, the actual values will be available. So this is a major difference between primitive data types and non-primitive data types. And one more important point is non-primitive data types are also called reference data types because these are giving the reference. Reference means address. You can understand like this. Address. No. See this? You must remember this complete categories and data types. We discussed just now, we have two main categories in the data types, primitive data types, non-primitive data types. Again, in the primitive data types, we have majorly four categories, four types of the data types. Those are Boolean data type, character data type, floating point data type, and integer data types. All these are belongs to primitive only. As I said already, these are used to store single value and these are very simple. Values will be stored directly in the memory. So if you want to work with any Boolean values, you need to use the keyword Boolean. All are in the lowercase letter, Boolean. It can store only two values, true and false. If you want to store this type of the data in your application or project, true or false, then you can create a variable of Boolean type. Boolean type variable only can store Boolean values. The Boolean values are true and false. Then, if you want to store any single character, you need to create a variable of character type and you should not write the word character completely. You should write only CHAR. That is a keyword. The meaning of CHAR is character data type. For example, if you want to store a gender of a person in your software, generally we use M for the male and F for the female, a single character. So like that, if you want to store any single character, that character might be a alphabet, digit, or even symbol also. All are considered as characters only. So if you want to store that type of the single characters, you must create a variable of character type. Then floating data types. In the float data types, we have two categories again, float and double. These are useful to store decimal values. For example, 20.5, 3.56, like decimal values if you want to store. You can declare a variable of float type. Again, we have float and double, nothing but depending on the capacity, range is different. Okay, majorly the range of the values is different, but nature is same. Then integers, integer data type. This is used to store whole numbers, numbers without any fractional values or decimal values. Within the integers, again, we have four subcategories: byte, short, int, long. This is very, very important concept. Okay, you may get this question in the exam also. Very frequently asked question in probably in all university examinations. Byte, short, int, long. Okay. So as I said already, the nature is this is used to store the whole numbers. But why we have these four types? The capacity is different. Range of the values will be stored is different. Byte, it takes only 1 byte of the memory. Regarding to the memory, I will be covered in the next slide. So very low values, next level values, big number, more big number, int. Still, if you want to store more big number, you can go for the long, like that. Okay. So this is about primitive data types. Then reference data types or non-primitive data types. Generally, these are the collections. These are used to store multiple values. And the values will not be stored directly in these non-primitive data types. These are giving the reference or pointing to some address in the memory location where the actual value is available. Then example for the non-primitive data types are arrays, strings. Remember, you must remember each and every point. Classes, interfaces, enumerations. Simply, you can use the word enums. The meaning is enumerations. Then objects. All these are treated as non-primitive data types. Okay, primitive data types, non-primitive data types. Now, let me talk about the memory. How much memory is required for a different type of the data type? If you declare a variable of byte type that requires 1 byte of the memory, suppose I want to store 10 in a variable. So we can declare a variable of byte type, that is enough. Okay, byte space, variable name, assignment 10. So that takes 1 byte of the memory. If you are not storing any value, that maintains default value internally. Even though you are not assigning, even though you are not storing any value, internally that maintains one value. That value is called default value. The default value for the byte data type is 0. Next data type is short. Short data type takes 2 bytes of the memory internally. Default value is 0. All these four are integral, integer type only. We covered just now in the previous slide. Int takes 4 bytes and a long data type, it requires 8 bytes of the memory to store any value. And after the value, you must represent L. You must write L. That is compulsory. And the default value is 0L. L represent long. This is about integer data types. Within the integer, we have four categories. Na? In the previous slide, we covered byte, short, int, long. So whatever the words you are observing here, you must use these words only as it is. Lowercase letters, byte, short, int, lowercase, int. That's it. Don't write integer. Long, lowercase letter. Case is also very important because Java is also case sensitive programming language. Case is very sensitive. Whether that is uppercase or lowercase, you must observe that. You must remember that. You must write that case only. Suppose in place of the byte in place of the character B, if you write capital B, that raises an error. Okay. Now, character data type, it requires 2 bytes of the memory to store any character in the computer. The default value is this one, universal code, and float, memory required to store float values 4 bytes. Default value is 0.0 if represent float. Double 8 bytes, and Boolean takes only 1 byte of the memory. Okay, and it takes 2 values as we covered already, true and false. So this is complete information about the data types. What is size? It requires default value and categories of the data types. Then let me show you some example code. You can understand it with the help of that code. Just a minute. Yeah, observe here. This is the example code. Yes. What is class? In the last session we covered, na? Class is a collection of the similarities. That is the definition of the class. And how to create a class? The syntax is, observe, class is a keyword. Keyword means that is a word that has a reserved meaning internally. Okay. Then how to create a class? Class space your class name. You can give any name. The intention of this program is to understand primitive data types. That's why I am giving a name like this, primitive data types demo. You can give any name depending on your requirement. But you should not give the spaces. If you give the space for this class name, that raises an error. Okay, class name should not have the spaces. Now, within the class, we need to write the main function, public static void main string arguments, string args, and within the main, now observe here. So double forward slash, this is a comment line. If you write this comment line, this line won't be executed. We are writing for our purpose. To understanding that code, we are writing that comment lines. Then how to create byte variable and how to store the value in that. So this is the example for to understand how to create primitive data types, variables, and store it and print that. Byte space B is my variable name and the data type of B is byte type. The meaning is we can store byte value in B. So byte is integral value, na? We can store 100, okay, small number. Then if you want to print anything on the screen, we use output function in any programming language. The output function in Java is system.out.println, println. The meaning is println, but you must write println. System.out.println. S should be capital in that. System, actually it is a class internally. S should be capital. For every class name, first character should be capital. Okay. System.out.println, open parenthesis. Observe here. Within the double quotation, whatever you write, that will be displayed as it is as an output. I want to display first byte value. So that will be displayed as it is. Then, in this context, the symbol place is called as concatenation operator. In this particular context, the plus symbol is called as concatenation operator. Don't think that that is used for the addition operation here. Okay, that case is different. This case is different because I'm using one string here, one name. Whatever you write within the double quotes, that is treated as string value, one text. We cannot implement addition one text with one number, na? That doesn't give any sense. So that's why here this plus symbol is used as the concatenation operator. I want to print this text first on the screen. After that, I want to print what is the value available in the variable b. What is the value we stored in the b? 100. So in place of the b, the value will be printed. So if we execute this statement, the output of this statement is byte value colon 100. So that will be the output of this particular statement. Okay. The thing is, I want to print the byte value. Okay. Any doubts as of now? Yeah, very good. Then next short. Very simple. In the place of the byte, we need to write short. Okay. Short space variable name with some value. As I said already, this is used to store very small number. Next level, short. Next big number, int. Still, if you want to store very big number, then go for the long. That's it. But all are used to store whole numbers. Now, short space is 20,000. I want to print that system.out.println short value concatenation with s. So the value of s will be printed in place of the s, and whatever you are writing within the double quotation, that will be printed as it is. Same text. What you are writing the text as it is will be printed on the screen. Then integer int space I is my variable name, some value, and printing that value. In the same way, declaring long variable name L and this value, very big number I want to store. And remember, this is very important point. Writing the L at the end of the long value is compulsory. It is mandatory. What's happening? What happens if you are not writing L? If you are not writing L, this value will be treated as integer only. Okay, but integer cannot store this much of lengthy value. So some values will be truncated. Okay, that's why writing the L is mandatory whenever you are working with long values. Remember this. Then I want to print that value also. Float value. See, if you want to store any decimal values, you can go for the float data type. Float space variable name F. The value is some decimal values 75.5. And here also writing the F is mandatory. Otherwise, the treat as double value. Default float value is double. If you want to store float, you must specify F because that is treated as float. Float takes 4 bytes of the memory. Double takes 8 bytes of the memory. If you are not writing F, internally this takes 8 bytes of the memory. But unnecessarily we are wasting the memory na? If you are not writing F. If you write F, it takes only 4 bytes of the memory. That's why memory management is also important. You must write F here. Then double space variable name t some value. Okay. If you want to store more lengthy value than float, then go for the double. Nature is same, but capacity range is different. Low range, double is high range. Then character, if you want to store any single character, that character might be alphabet or a letter or a digit. But the thing is that must be enclosed within the single quotation mark. Observe here, we have single quotation here now. If you are not enclosed that character within the single quotes, that will not be considered as a character constant, character value. Okay, that's why you must enclosed within the single quotation. Character is a data type. C is my variable name. Assignment operator to assign the value. And the value I want to assign for the variable C is A because C is a character data type that can store only single character. Okay. If you write any float value here, that raises an error because you declare C as a character type only. That's why you must assign character constant only. Then I want to print that value. Next data type is Boolean. So I covered all the primitive data types here. But if you get any question to implement all the data types, then you can go for this example. Otherwise, with help of any example, you can explain about the data types. If you have that question, you can take one or two. That is enough. Okay. But for your understanding purpose, I'm implementing all the data types. Boolean data type name, and my variable name is Java easy. That is my variable name. You can take any length. Okay. Is Java easy. That is my variable name. And the value I want to assign for that variable is true. The meaning is Java easy? The answer is true. Okay. So this is the scenario where we use Boolean in the real time. After that, I want to print what is the value we have in is Java easy variable. So this is the program to implement all primitive data types. Closing the main, then close the class. Okay. Then after this, after writing this code, go to file, click and save as, select any location, give some name. And while giving the name, remember whatever the class name you have given in your file, you must save that file with that class name only. Or more strictly, in which class you are writing the main function. And you must save that file with that name only. So we have the main function in the class. The class name is primitive data types demo. That's why you must save this file with the name primitive data types demo. If you are giving any other name other than this, that raises an error. Okay. So file, save as, select any location where you want to save the file, give some name, and .java is compulsory. If you are not giving .java, that raises an error again. Okay. After .java, we have save as type here now. Then click here, click on all files. Then click on save. Already I saved that file. That's why I'm getting this confirmation message. If it is first time, you won't get that. Then click on yes. So this is how to write, save the Java code. Okay, open any notepad file, write the code, save as, select the location, and give the name, the class name in which you have the main method, .java all files. Clear. Now, how to execute that code? So this is the location where I saved my code. Okay. You can save your file in the D drive, E drive, depends on your requirement. So this is the location where I saved my file and how to execute the code. Click in the address bar, click on the address bar, type CMD, press enter button. Then command line will be opened with that specified path. Now, please remember the syntax to execute the Java code. If you want to execute any Java code, we have two steps. First step is compile the code. Second step is run the code or execute the code. Then how to compile? First step, we need to write this command javac space file name. To avoid the errors, let me copy the file name. Javac space file name dot java. What is the command we used to compile a Java code? Java C space file name dot java. Then press enter button. If you have any errors in your code, the errors will be displayed here. If you don't have any errors in that, and you will get this prompt again. Next, first step is compilation. The compilation is over. What happens in the compilation stage? High level code will be converted into the bytecode. I will tell you that stages again. And before this, I want to show you one more thing. See, now this file is created. This is the file we created, na? Primitive data types demo. This is our Java code file. But now this file is created. Observe here. Yeah, see, primitive data types demo dot class. You can observe here, na? tooltip, class file. So the important point is when you are trying to compile any Java program file, after compilation, a class file will be generated. Okay, that is the class file. I want to show that. That's why. Okay, a class file is generated. Observe here. Primitive data types demo dot class. This is what Java file. Java file. Observe here. Type Java file. We created this. Now compilation is completed. After compilation, a class file is generated. This class file contain bytecode. Bytecode is intermediate code, not fully machine code. Next step is we need to execute this class file. That is the run process. Then what is the command we need to use for that is Java space file name. Don't use .java again. Java, not Java C. First step, Java C space file name .java for the compilation. Compilation is over. That is converted into high level to low level. A class file is generated. That is bytecode is generated. Second step, execute the code. Command is Java space file name. That's it. Press enter button. You will get the output if your file don't have any dynamic errors, runtime errors. Observe here, this is the output of our code. This is the output of our code. Byte value 100, short value 20,000, integer value, long value, float value, character value A, boolean value true. Okay, what are the values we assigned? We are getting same values. So this is the output. So this is the process how to create and execute the code. And currently we are working with primitive data types example. Clear, I hope, right? Now, let me tell you one more important concept. The concept is what are the different phases we have to execute the Java program. Just now I have shown to you practically, but sometimes you may get this question also. Okay, in all university examination, this is also very frequently asked question. Phases of Java program. See, what are the steps we have done just now to execute the Java program? You need to run those steps. That is the concept. What are the steps we need to follow to get the output? First step is we need to open Notepad, that is editor. You can open any text editor, just like a notepad. Open the editor and write the code. After writing that, you must save your file with the class name, in which class you have the main method. For example, hello.java. This is an example. I'm assuming that I'm saving the Java code with the name hello.java. Then after that, we need to compile the code. Just now I have shown to you how to compile. Java C space file name dot Java. If you apply this command for this example, Java C space hello.java. Then the program will be compiled. Compilation is only one time. One time is enough to compile. And you can execute multiple times after compilation. Then after compilation, a class file is generated. I have shown to you that is also just now with the same file name, but the extension is dot class. A class file is generated. This class file contains bytecode. After that, if you want to execute n number of the times, the same program, you can execute with help of this class file only. Whenever a class file is generated, suppose I compiled a program and a class file is generated. I want to execute 10 times same program, let us say. The 10 times the Java class file will be executed. You can write the code for the execution only. No need to compile again and again. One time compilation is enough. Then execute multiple times with help of the class file. So after that internally, when you type Java space file name for the execution, Java interpreter, the responsibility of the Java interpreter is that converts byte code into the machine code, and that machine code will be executed line by line. Then you will get the output. So these are the phases undergoing by the JVM to execute any Java code. You must remember these steps, and if you get this question, you must write these steps. Okay. Editor, hello.java, compiler. You must remember each and every point, and you must write all the steps and write the explanation even. For example, you can write any code. Just now I have shown to you program now. You can write any simple program for the example, then you will get good marks. Okay. Then already I covered in the last session what is class and object, but let me give some more points. This is also very important concept. What is class and object? Then how to create class and object? You must know. But already you know how to create a class because in the previous example I have shown to you. Okay, how to create a class space class name. Right. Then what is class? It is a collection of the common behaviors. Observe here objects. The definition of the object is, technical definition is, object is instance of a class. And non-technically, in simple words, we can say that example of a class. For example, I have a class with the name fruit. Assume that my class name is fruit. Then examples for fruit, apple, banana, mango, these becomes objects for the class fruit. So this is the way you need to understand the relation between class and objects. Okay, class is the collection of the similarities. What are the similarities every fruit has that will be stored in the class? Every fruit has some taste, every fruit has some shape. Okay, like that we need to store all the properties in the class. Object nothing but instance of a class, and that must have the physical existence. Whatever we have the physical existence in the world, that is called an object. Okay, apple has the physical existence, banana, mango also. Let me give one more example. Suppose my class name is car. Class name is car. Now the objects become Volvo, Audi, Toyota, Maruti Suzuki, Tata. All are becomes objects for the class car because Tata cars available, Suzuki, Audi, Kia, all are okay. Becomes the objects for the class car. So this is the meaning of the class and objects. Next important concept in any programming language. So within Java also, operators concept. What is operator first? Operator is a symbol. The definition, the technical definition for the word operator is a symbol that is used to perform a particular operation. That is the definition of the operator. For example, we have the symbol plus in general. Okay, we have the symbol plus. Plus is used for the addition purpose. We know that because in the mathematics in the school days we learned that already. Right? So plus is a symbol that is used to implement the operation addition. So this is the meaning of operator, the word operator. Operator is a symbol that is used to implement a particular task. So in Java programming language, we have different type of the operators, different symbols. Every symbol is used to implement different task. If we categorize those different symbols, different operators, majorly all the operators can be categorized into five types. Those are arithmetic operators, assignment operators, comparison operators, logical operators, and bitwise operators. Arithmetic operators, very simple. By the name, you can understand that if you want to implement any arithmetic operation like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulus division. So already you know addition, subtraction, multiplication, but the important point is in any programming language, if you want to implement a multiplication operation, you must use star symbol, not X. In the maths, we write generally X shape, na X symbol to represent mass. But in programming languages, we use a star. That is one point. Then division operator, we need to use forward slash symbol. Forward slash. That symbol is used to implement division operator. Next word is modulus operator. We use percentage symbol to implement modulus operator. The main difference between division and modulus division operator is division operator is used to get quotient. When you are implementing division operation, the operator gives quotient as an answer. Coming to the modulus operator, that is used to get remainder as the answer. So this is about arithmetic operators. Plus, minus, multiplication, division, modulus, division. And let me give an example to understand that. Now see, class, this is the comment line because we are writing two forward slashes now. This is a comment line. This won't be executed. For our purpose, we are writing that to give the information about the program, why we are writing that. Okay. For that, we can use comment lines. Right. Class name. Class is a keyword, and my class name is arithmetic operators. Then public static void main within the parenthesis string args, common for the every program. And now I am declaring and initialize. Initialize means assigning the values, storing the values to the variable is called initialization process. So declaring and assign two variables a comma b. I am storing 10 into a, and the type of the value I am storing is int. That's why we need to write int here. And 3 variable name is b and type of the data is int. So we need to write int here. Now addition operator. I want to declare one more variable sum. Int sum assignment a plus b. Now a plus b will be evaluated. 10 plus 3. 10 plus 3, 13. After evaluating that, the result will be stored in the variable sum. Okay. So 13 will be stored in the variable sum. After that, I want to print the value which is available in the variable sum. Okay. Now, if you observe, so we have written this within the double quotation that will be printed as it is. Addition of a plus b is, to understand, for understanding purpose, we are writing that. That is optional. Okay. Without writing that, if you write directly sum within the parenthesis, that is also valid. But that doesn't have any good readability. What is that 13? We cannot understand that. For that, we are giving just like heading addition of a comma b is or addition of a plus b is. Like that, we are giving the heading. That
Excuse
should
me,
be,
sir.
yeah.
సార్ అక్కడ అడిషన్ పక్కన ఏ ప్లస్ బి అని మనం మెన్షన్ చేసాం కదా సార్. సో దాని ప్లేస్లో మనం సమ్ అని చేస్తే కూడా అవుట్పుట్ వస్తుంది కదా సార్, అంటే
Yeah,
సమ్ ఈక్వల్స్
everything.
ఏ ప్లస్.
Yeah, yeah.
ఓకే.
You can write anything which
ఓకే.
is flexible to you. You can write anything.
ఓకే సార్.
Okay. Addition of
ఓకే.
a plus b. If you feel that addition of a plus b is better, you can write like that. Otherwise,
ఓకే.
if you feel summation of a comma b is, if you want to write, that is also right. Let me change that. See that sum of a and b
బి.
is. Okay.
ఓకే సార్.
Yeah, this is also correct. So within the double quotation, you can change the text as per your convenient.
సార్ ఇట్ షుడ్ బి క్యాపిటల్ నో సార్, ఫస్ట్ ఎస్ సమ్.
There is no restrictions within the double quotation.
ఓకే.
Okay, there is no any rule you need to follow. You can write anything. Case
ఓకే.
is not a problem if you are writing within the double quotation.
ఓకే.
Okay, within the double quotation, there is no specific rule. But out of the double quotation, suppose if you are writing anything here, we should follow the rules. But within the double quotation, you can write anything that will be printed as it is on the screen. That might be capital S, that might be lower cases.
ఇట్ వోంట్ బి షో ఎర్రర్ నో సార్. అది ఎర్రర్
No,
చూయించదు
it
కదా?
won't be, yeah, ఏం ఎర్రర్ రాదు ఇక్కడ. ఓకే,
ఓకే. హ్మ్.
డబుల్ క్వోటేషన్ లో రాసింది జస్ట్ లైక్ హెడ్డింగ్ అన్నమాట.
ఓకే. ఓకే.
ఓకే, హెడ్డింగ్ మీరు ఎట్లా ఇవ్వాలనుకుంటే అట్లా హెడ్డింగ్ రాసుకోవచ్చు, నో ప్రాబ్లం.
ఓకే.
ఓకే, రైట్. So after this heading, just like I want to print the value sum, for that we need to concatenate and the value of the sum will be printed here. So in the same way, subtraction I want to implement. This is a comment line. And I want to declare one more variable with the name difference. You can give any name here as per your convenient. If you want to write just like SUB, short name for the subtraction, SUB, you can go with that also. That is also valid. Then difference is equal to, that is assignment A minus B. After that, I want to print the result. Within the system.out.println, within the double quotation, you can write anything as per your convenience, just like subtraction of A comma B or difference of A comma B, whatever. Then concatenated with the variable name in which we stored A minus B value. We need to write the same variable name here. So in the same way, multiplication and division. This is important point. So we are taking the value A10, B3. Coming to the division operation, A by B means 10 by 3. It gives quotient as the answer. Okay. So that's why I'm taking the variable name also a quotient. 10 division 3. 3 times 9. Remainder is 1. So quotient is 3 na. So we will get 3 here. Okay. The answer is 3. Now if you want to write, you can write in the comment section. Answer is, for your understand purpose, you can write like this. Answer is 3 because quotient we are getting. Then coming to the modulus operator, it gives the remainder. For example, in the comment line I am writing, so it won't affect the code if you write comment line. So 10 modulus
Multiply
division
answer.
3. Okay, 3 times 9. Remainder is 1 na?
Yes, sir. 1.
So remainder is 1. So we will get 1 as an answer. Okay, then print it, then close the main, close the class. So this is our program. Let me execute it. Let me copy this to avoid the errors. Then go to the location where you saved your file and type CMD. Then command line will be opened like this. And you must write the code first. Compile the Java code. Java C space file name dot Java.
Java.
Okay, then press enter button. Then file is compiled. Okay, a class file is generated in the same location. If you want to see that, see now, this class file is generated now after compilation. Class file with the same name. Arithmetic operators dot class file is generated. Now we need to execute that with help of the command java space file name. That's it. Then press enter button. You will get the output. Now observe the output. This is the output of our code. Sum of A and B is 13. Subtraction 7. Multiplication, that is A into B, 30, like that. So you can change the text within the double quotation as per your convenience. That will be displayed as it is. So that is about arithmetic operators. And next one is relational operators we have. Relational operators are also called comparison operators. And okay, let me follow same sequential order. Otherwise, assignment operators. Assignment operators are used to assign the value. In the assignment operators category, this is the simple assignment operator we used already. This is also called assignment operator or simple assignment operator that is used to assign the value to a particular variable. That should be called as assignment operator, not equal. You should not use the word equal operator. That is wrong. You must use the word that is assignment operator. That is used to assign the value, to store the value into the variable. And within the same category, we have different type of the compound assignment operators also. These are generally called compound assignment operators. So this is the short form for, suppose if you have a code A assignment A plus B, A assignment A plus B, In the position, you can write compound assignment operators. Let me show you that. Yeah, see, for example, we have A assignment A plus 1. A assignment A plus 1. Okay. Let us assume that A has some value, whatever it might be. Let us assume that A assignment 10. We have the value 10 in A. After that, I am writing the statement A assignment A plus 1. This is a valid statement. And the meaning of that is first left hand, right hand side of the assignment operator will be evaluated. Assume that we have 10 in A. 10 plus 1, 11. The value of A plus 1 is 11 and that 11 will be assigned to the A. So updated value of A is 11 after executing this statement. Okay. Then in the same place, A assignment A plus 1, you can use shorthand notation like this. A plus assignment 1. A plus assignment 1 gives the same result as A assignment A plus 1. You can write A assignment A plus 1. Otherwise, in the same statement, you can write like this also, A plus assignment 1. These two are same, but this is a shorthand notation. These are also called compound assignment operators. We have the operators in the category of assignment operators only. But the rule is, observe here, if you have the same variable at the left hand side and the right hand side of the assignment operator, in such cases only you can use this operator. In other cases, you should not use this shorthand notation. Left hand side and right hand side of the assignment operator. In that particular case only, you can use this shorthand notation of the assignment operator. In other cases, you should not use that. Then let me give an example for this also. See these assignment operators. So we are assigning the value. As we covered, this is the assignment operator that is used to assigning 10 to the variable A. Simple assignment operator. After that, I want to print the A value. A simple. Then, suppose I want to write a statement like A assignment A plus 5. Okay, same variable is repeated left hand side and right hand side of the assignment operator, that is A. If you have this type of the expression, then you can write the same statement in the shorthand notation like this. A plus assignment 5. These two are same. Okay, this is also assignment operator, compound assignment operator, plus assignment, minus assignment, multiplication assignment, division assignment, modulus division assignment. All these are called compound assignment operators. So A plus assignment 5. The meaning is same as A assignment A plus 5. So what is the value we have in the A? 10. So A plus assignment 5 means A becomes 15 now. Okay, A becomes 15. After that, updated value of A I want to print. So within the double quotation, you can write anything as per your convenient, but I am writing like this. After A plus assignment 5, the value of A is. Okay. So for more understanding purpose, you can write like this also. After A plus assignment 5, updated value of A is. Okay. Then that is very helpful to you to understand the actual concept. So in the same way, A minus assignment 3, A multiplication assignment 2, any number. But thing is how to use this operator. That is important concept. A division assignment 4, A modulus assignment 3, any number you can take. So let me execute this code. Let me copy the class name, go to the location, type CMD, command prompt will be opened. After that, first compile the code by typing the command java c space file name dot java. Enter button. If you don't have any errors, That prompt will be displayed again. Then again run Java space file name, enter. Now see, this is the output of our code. Initial value of A is 10. After A plus assignment 5, updated value of A is 15. Okay. Like this, if you want to change the remaining things also, you can change. That is up to you. Okay. So after A minus assignment 3, A value is 12. After A multiplication assignment 2, A value is 24 and so on. So this is how to implement assignment operators. Next, comparison operators. These comparison operators are used to compare the values. By the name, you can understand that. Compare two values. Already you know this because you learnt in the child school days also. Less than or equals to, greater than or equals to. But
True
the
or
important
false?
point is, yes, here the important point is, these are two importance. These are new to you. Okay. Is equal to. This is called is equal to. If you write the same symbol two times, this is called is equal to. That is used to compare the values. Left hand side value will be compared with the right hand side value. If these two values are same, that returns true. That returns true. And not equal to. We should write the not equal to like this. In the mathematics, we may use different notation, but in any programming language, we must write like this. This is not equal to. Exclamatory equal as per mathematics. But here, if you write like this, that is called not equal to. And one more point is, generally in the mathematics, you may write less than or equals to like this. But here you should not write like that. Less than equal to. This is called less than or equal to operator. Anyway, I will show you that. See. Yeah, equal to operator, not equal to operator, less than or equal to, you must write like this, greater than and greater than or equals to. And these are comparison operators. The return value is either true or false. Boolean values. Relational operators return Boolean values. For example, see 4.5 less than or equals to 10. So this is one condition. This is an expression that returns either true or false depending on these values. So as per this example, 4.5 is less than or equals to 10. Obviously, 4.5 is less than. So that is true. So that's why this code returns true. Minus 35 greater than or equals to 0. This is false. So in that case, that returns false. So like this, every time any relational operator returns either true or false. So let me show you the example code. With that, we'll finish it. We'll continue the operators in the next session. Let me show you the example for the relational operators. See, so declaring and initialize two variables, A10, B20, integer values. First, I want to implement equal to, that is equal to operator. Within the double quotation, I am writing A is equal to B. The meaning is I am implementing A is equal to B. After that, I want to print the value of A is equal to B. That is the meaning of this. If you want to write any other text like this, suppose A is equal to B value is. Okay, if you want to change like this, you can. Yeah, okay, right. Okay, right. So go through this one. I'll share with you. Otherwise, uh, search within the net also. I will explain this code in the next session. But try to understand the importance of these relational arithmetic operators and assignment operators. As of now, I will cover remaining logical and bitwise operators in the coming semester, coming sessions. Along with these logical and bitwise, if time permits, I will cover increment and decrement operators also. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can ask me in the next session. Okay, because time is up. I share a link. I have shown to you a link yesterday. Just go through that also. If you have any doubts, make a note in your notebook and ask me in the next session. Right? Right.